Second Nature for Children is in the house. I hope everyone is doing well. Today is December the 7th. It's my birthday. I started this YouTube channel exactly 1 year ago today, and just working to bring out information to make sure that we can take the Black community to another level. But I found out even more over this past year where I've been able to reach out throughout the United States and however far YouTube would push the channel, that as a people, I already knew as a people in a close proximity of me, as a group, we are not ready to elevate or to go to the next level because there's a lot of work that we have to do in the Black community. And now over the last year, I've found out even as a further reach of being able to reach out to even more of the Black community in different states. And even throughout the world, I've had someone even reach out to me from Romania, that as a people, there's a lot of work to do, and we are not ready to elevate or to come together as a people. So I want to do this video this morning based on a young man reached out to me, and I want to thank him, and I want to thank all that have reached out to me. And I'm gonna continue to do videos for those who want to elevate and for those who want to take their life to the next level, because I see YouTube is not really moving it, the videos through the algorithm, because like I say, it's not entertainment. This is knowledge and wisdom. And I'm sure they don't want a lot of us to get that. And then a lot of us don't want that. So I will only really be doing videos on Sundays with Coach. We'll come on, put the information out. And for those who want to take their lives to another level, then hey, let's go, no problem. But I'm gonna go ahead on and shoot this video because I had a young man to reach out to me, and he was watching a video, Are Blacks Conditioned for Servitude? And he shot me a comment and he asked me, would I do a video on how to avoid a slavery mentality? So, and this video is strictly for you and for anyone who would like to take this knowledge and apply it and grow from it. Like I say, it's not for everyone because I see all of us, we're not ready. We are more for entertainment, and YouTube is basically an entertainment money-making platform. And so I'm working to jump in and bring this knowledge and wisdom, but you understand that most of us as a people are more gravitating toward entertainment. So let's do it. As you come in, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this information. And let's get right to it. This one for you, Ant, and for anyone who would like to take their life to another level. Let's go. So let's do it, Ant. You asked me to make a video on how to avoid a slavery mentality. So first, we got to make sure we understand what avoid means. Okay, avoid means to keep away from, to have nothing to do with. So in other words, we have to be careful of our company. So it's like right now, I'm getting ready to just have a conversation with you, Ant, and for anyone, like I said, who would like to take this information, take it to heart, and let's do something with it. And if any of you would like for me to do a video on anything addressing or dealing with the Black community, there's my email address. And so all you have to do is hit me up. So first, let's make sure that we understand that a slave is a person who is the property of another, or someone who is controlled or ruled by some desire, habit, or influence. So you got to understand first that we are a slave to many things. You could be a slave to drugs, alcohol, entertainment, whatever it is, your job is, we are a slave. Let's get that understood, that we are a slave to many things. So how to avoid that slavery mentality? First, we have to understand that this mindset comes from history. First, we have to understand that we were programmed to emotionally feel inferior. Let's get the origin of it. We were programmed to emotionally feel inferior, meaning that we are below others or we are less than. Now we know that we have to be reprogrammed because we're talking about a mentality. So we're talking about the mind. So now we have to be reprogrammed. And a lot of us as adults, it's a wrap. That's why we have to work with these children to make sure that they don't take the programming that's already set in their parents, in the people that they are around. We got to make sure that we work with these children to reprogram. And I'm gonna do another video on how we're gonna need the children to help the parents if we're gonna move forward. So the only way to reverse this is to make an active lifetime commitment to changing your mindset. You're gonna have to make an active lifetime commitment to changing your mindset, and that is finding out who you are and your worth. If you want to get out of this slavery mentality, you're gonna have to find out who you are, and you're gonna have to find out your worth. Because slavery mentality is defined as a state of mind where discerning between liberation, being free, and enslavement is twisted. You're struggling mentally between liberation and enslavement is twisted, where one becomes trapped by misinformation about yourself and the world. And it's known that the origin of mental slavery comes from Marcus Garvey. So by how do you avoid, let's make sure we keep that topic that you sent me. So how do you avoid a slavery mentality? By knowing when you hear it or see it and go the opposite of it. Remember, to keep away from, to have nothing to do with. So you got to know when you hear it or when you see it, you go the opposite way of it. That's how you avoid it. You get from around it. So I'm gonna give you 10 ways to begin to start working on being free mentally. And this is how, first, this is how you recognize. I want you to be able to recognize when someone has a slave mentality or a slavery mentality. This is how you recognize. Number one, when someone have a quick to obey, follow, or conform, or to just fit in a lifestyle. When someone is just willing to just go along with. How you recognize a slavery mentality. When someone is just quick to obey, to follow, conform, or to fit in a lifestyle. Number two, when you listen to too much negative opinions. When you listen to too much negative opinions. When you come into yourself, you'll develop a discernment where you'll know what to take in and what to throw out. You have a lack of knowledge. You don't know. You have a lack of knowledge. You're not reading or researching. So you're easy to be misled. And a lot of people of color, we're very easy to be misled. That's why we get caught up in so many different scams, and we're very easy to be fooled. It's how you recognize mental slavery when someone is easy to be misled. You have no knowledge. You're not reading or you're not researching. You go with whatever is convenient. You just go with whatever is convenient. That's the option you take. That's a slavery mindset. You have a little to no self-love and no self-confidence whatsoever. You have a little, no self-love and no self-confidence whatsoever. This is how you recognize someone is caught up with a slavery mentality. You are more negative than positive. You are more negative than positive. You don't want to work hard. You expect others to do the hard work for you. You don't want to work hard. You expect for others to do the hard work for you. When you have a slavery mentality, you are bound to a comfort zone. When you have a slavery mentality, you are bound to a comfort zone. You prefer others to think for you than doing the thinking for yourself. Remember, being controlled, you let others think for you instead of you thinking for yourself. You work on other people's wishes and purpose instead of your own. When you have that slavery mentality, you'll see people that work on other people's wishes and other people's purpose instead of their own. So those are some of the ways that you can begin, and go back and listen to them. Those are some of the ways that you can begin to recognize if someone have a slavery mentality. Now I'm gonna give you some keys to help you begin to break free. Take the chains off your mind. How to avoid it, we already know how to avoid it. We got to make sure that we know when we hear it or see it, stay away from it. That was your question. How to avoid a slavery mentality? By knowing when you hear it or when you see it, you go the opposite way of it. And you have to reprogram, because you may be programmed already from history. It comes up through generations. So you have to make sure that you learn how to reprogram your thinking. And here are some of the key ways to make sure that you begin to break free from a slavery mentality. First, you have to make sure that you acquire knowledge and hook wisdom onto your knowledge. You have to begin to read and study more and begin to find out who you are. First, you have to acquire knowledge. Remember, in slavery, they kept us dumbed down because they knew that if you began to acquire knowledge, and knowledge is only knowing, so you have to hook wisdom onto it because now you know something and now you do something about what you know. So if you want to begin to break the chain of a slavery mindset, you have to acquire knowledge, hook wisdom onto it, and begin to grow from there. You have to look for something new to learn each week. Remember, now it's time to go to work. That's why a lot of us will be enslaved until the day we die, because it comes with work. Because you got to look for something to learn new each week, or how often you can find. Once again, we're acquiring knowledge and wisdom. If you have an idea, work on it. It's coming to you mentally. It's something that you have up here that you have to work on. And if you have an idea, then you need to work on it. Don't only take opinions from other people. Do your own research. Don't only take opinions from other people. Do your own research. Let's take the chains off our mind, family. You have a purpose to fulfill. Don't be afraid to pursue it. This is the time for execution. It's time to start implementing what you have mentally. Take the chains off your mind, and whatever it is that you are ready to go for it. Don't be enslaved into it where you just sit idle and don't do nothing. There's a purpose for you to fulfill. Take the chains off your mind and go fulfill your purpose. Be set free. You have to believe in yourself. Family, you have to believe. If you're going to believe in anything, believe in yourself. If you're going to believe in anything, if you want to take the chains off your mind, if you want to be set free, you got to believe in yourself. You can do it. Remember, I told you, you got to work hard. All the things that I'm telling you to do to acquire that knowledge, find your purpose, find out who you are, find out what you're worth. It comes with some work. Do what you can do. It'll help take the chains off your mind. Be positive. I told you earlier, you got to be careful of your company. Be careful of the people that you're around. You got to be positive because you have a lot of negativity. You have a lot of negative people around. If you want to avoid that slavery mentality, you have to be careful of your company, and you have to stay positive, and you have to get with people who are free. Never give up. Keep going. You can never give up if you want to be free. You got to keep running, because that slave master is always after you. It's always after you. That mentality is always trying to come back. So you got to never give up. You got to keep running. You got to keep moving. You got to keep growing. You got to be patient. For everything, there is a time and a season. For everything, there is a time and a season. You got to be patient if you want to break these chains, if you want to be free. And then you got to know things will work out. If you're doing the right thing, you got to know, not believe. You got to know things will work out. And for anyone who want to avoid a slavery mentality, make sure you listen to this video and make sure you get started if you want to be free, so you can have a discernment to know when you hear it or see it, go the opposite way of it. Now let's go, family, and let's be free. And I appreciate you for your comment, and I'll holler at you later. Take care.